So Hector, pick me a number from 1 to 4. Number from 1 to 4. No, actually, I meant to message you about that, but I was running around doing errands before. I just got a note that we have drop frames detected. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I think we're good. So I had to do a smaller prism break. So I put you down for the Texans, and the break is going to be a hobby box of prism. It's going to be a Chronicles draft, and it's going to be 1 jersey. The Texans are 20 in that. So if you want to hold on to them in that break, that's fine. Going to YouTube? Okay. I wonder if the YouTube chat's working. We'll try it. Nope, YouTube chat is not working. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Since I'm breaking this box for Hector, I'm gonna be looking at YouTube, and I'm gonna be seeing the comments on the screen here from Facebook. If your comment doesn't pop up there, I'm not gonna see it, so just message me. Yes, that'd mean you have a $20 credit. And while I'm remembering, I have a little bit of a shipping update. All right. If anybody recently had a shipping label that got printed out and it has not been scanned yet, that is because when I went to the post office today, they were closed due to somebody in the facility had COVID. I was not able to go to a further away post office today. I will be doing that tomorrow, so those will start popping up tomorrow. But that's what happens. They shut it down. All right, where's my YouTube here? All right, it's good here. Yeah, there's delays too. I'm gonna take this. No movement on the Prism hobby now. It's it's kind of a cat and mouse thing. Like we gotta have a couple people jump in order to make the rest go for the ride. So. Do I have Topps Chrome Soccer? No. I have the MLS Soccer that Topps put out. That is the only soccer I have right now. Only soccer I have right now. So good luck, Hector. Again, this will be our first look at Bowman Draft 2020. So I did my first real research into this year's draft class. really when I was pricing this breakout. There's a bunch of guys that we kind of know about that have been on like Panini's Team USA and Stars and Stripes and stuff like that. Hey, what's going on? But there's Nolan Gorman, Andrew Vaughn. This will really be our first look. We did get a little bit of a look in Prism Draft, which we did have some decent guys come out in that. First rounder for the Pirates, I think, was on a snakeskin. And another good rookie was on a parallel. We got Jordan Adams with a refractor, as well as Levi Prater. So, unlike Bowman Chrome, which really didn't have any first Bowman cards, now we're back to normal with Bowman. There's tons of first Bowmans, all right, all from this year's draft class. Again, my thing is, if it's a first Bowman card and it's a Chrome, it's automatically getting sleeved. Top 10 guys who are position players, I might sleeve if they're on their paper too. Mostly just Torkelson and Sherstad, right? That's the guy in the Orioles. So if you're looking to get in this break and you see the Blue Jays really cheap, there's a reason for that. Austin Martin is the holdover for Bowman. Usually, the last couple years, it's been the number 2 guy. Usually there's a major guy, top 10 guy, sometimes 2 top 10 guys that they'll hold over for Bowman. So Austin Martin is said holdover for the first 2021 Bowman release. That's all good. All about that base, Got Spencer Torkelson right there. That will get a little 1 cent love. Probably go a little bit more in depth on the prospects when we do the actual pick your team break. Ellie has a softball class in a little while, so I got like 45 minutes to do personals. Mike Ciani. So we'll focus on a little bit more on the guys in the last few packs. There's Carson Tucker. Is that Cole Tucker's brother or something like that? Yeah, younger brother of Cole Tucker on the Pirates. So he's a guy to look out for the Indians. Again, right now you're seeing some of the teams from this break scrolling at the bottom of your screen. All right? Plenty of good stuff still available. Got Holden Powell. And Adley Rutschman. Again, even if it's not the first Bowman card, if it's their first, year, and that card gets a PSA 10, the really big guys, there's still some value in that. So I'm gonna still sleeve guys like Adley Rutschman, and I guess at this point, Wander Franco's a little bit deep, but still. So, oh no, Sherstad. Yeah, Sherstad's the Orioles. I was right. He was a number 2 overall pick. So that's why for the second straight year in Bowman Draft, Orioles one of the pricier teams. All right, because let's face it, some of those guys that they've drafted recently, there's a Reed Detmers. Hey, and there's Barnegat's Jay Groom from my hometown here. Well, my current town here. So he managed to pitch 4 innings last year. So Tommy John recovery. Josh Jung. All right, we got Joe Boyle for the Reds. Tag in the draft break. Let's see here. The soccer product, they're giving me what they give me. I was never a big soccer guy. I had ordered a little bit for a while, and then I'd kind of been skipping out on it. So I don't expect huge allocations, but I've been getting a few boxes. Like I got 3 boxes of the MLS soccer. All right, let's see here. Bowman break. And Lester, you've been tagged in Bowman. Are the Angels still available in the pick your team? The answer is no. Angels are gone. So we got Nolan Gorman. A top prospect for the Cardinals. And there's Holden Powell and Adley Rutschman. We're already getting repeats on Chromes. That's a little weird. And a lot of conversation, especially in the True Mets fan Facebook page, about catchers. Real Muto, anything else, you're settling. I don't know, I kind of like McCann because I'd even go for Yachty for 2 years. I mean, this guy's the number 2 prospect in the Mets system, Francisco Alvarez. So I wouldn't sell this guy short. Quick breakdown on remaining teams or bang for the buck. Let me get them passing on the screen here. Got Jordan Walker of the Cardinals. All right. Bryce Bowman. And first autograph is going to be the 18th overall pick. First rounder for Arizona, Bryce Jarvis. So the Orioles are 100. They have the number 2 pick. Nationals are 30. Reds are 60. Indians are 65. Astros 18. Royals are 70. Dodgers 22. Marlins are 80. Brewers are 40. Twins are 15. Mets are 50. A's are 30. Padres are 70. The Rays are 40. The Rangers are 40. The Blue Jays are 18. So here's the deal. I was looking at the checklist. I feel like this is a really nicely organized set this year as far as team balance. So each team has a minimum, I believe, of 2 or 3 prospect autos. All right, none of this. This team doesn't have any hits. This team has, 1 hit and they suck. Most of the teams have from 3 to 6 prospect autos. So that's factored into the pricing. And then the other thing that's factored into it is, we didn't have a minor league season. All right. So some of it is what do we know about them from high school, college. Yes, WWE Finest I can put on the website in a little bit. I'll be in the car waiting for my daughter to finish her softball clinic thingy, whatever they're calling it nowadays. So I'll put it up on the website in a little while, and I'll send you a link. I will be able to open that later tonight. I probably won't be home until about, 10:15, and that's if they don't run late. 10:30. So might not be breaking until between 10:30 and 11. Just a heads up there. So we got blue, Brett Beatty. Well, on the positive side, the paper color don't look to have that smashed corner problem that they've had in the past. Centering, on the other hand, well, it is what it is. Gage Workman. So when I priced the teams, I took into account who was their first round pick and what position did they play. If they were a pitcher, all right, there's a few pitchers there that are gonna get a few bucks, but the majority of them, it's a wait and see type thing. Christian Chamberlain. So the position players obviously will go stronger, and then like there's a few prospects I know a little bit about. I think the Mets did well at number 19. I think it was 19. But generally, there's going to be a stronger weight if they're a top 10 guy, middle 10 guy. All right, and then we kind of look at where everything else is about. There's a few teams that got those extra picks at the end. The Astros didn't get a first-round pick as punishment for the cheating scandal. So that's why they're $18, because they had to kick things off a little bit late in the second round. All right, I believe there was like 7 compensatory picks that extended out the first round. So, I mean, the first pick of the second round was already like 37, 38. But with Bowman, the big name that's still left, because the Tigers were like the first team gone. Big name that's still left is Sherstad for the Orioles. All right, number 2 overall pick. So I would call them a good bang for the buck. I like the kid on the Indians. I would say they're a good bang for the buck. Mets, I think, are a good bang for the buck. Padres, and I think they had like the 7 pick. And the Rangers have been drafting real good, so why not keep rolling with that? We got Jimmy Glowacki. So those would be my best bang for the buck right now. Although, I think especially for starters, because we don't know where the trends are going to go. Often there's those surprises, like Bryce Ball. His stuff skyrocketed like within a week of release. A lot of people were targeting him kind of on the hush hush, and then the Braves kind of blew up. Within a week. Ryan Murphy, but Nick Gonzalez, Pirates, I think, are gone. I'm not sure if they're gone, but he's a big draft pick, and he's been around in Stars and Stripes and stuff like that. No, just same name. Just a coincidence there. So, I don't know. I'd have to look. Oh, we got 2 parallels back to back here. I like this. Jaron Duran with the Aqua, I guess it is. And then 49 out of 250, Garrett Mitchell. And that's the first Bowman. So Brewers not too bad of an option here. This kid was the first round pick for the Brewers, 20th overall. And he played at UCLA, so he'd be I would expect a fast tracker, although nothing's tracking fast in COVID. Were they? I thought they were kind of middle of the road. let's see here. Cubs had 5 different prospect autos. Bradley Beasley, Burl Caraway, Ed Howard, I think, was the first rounder. Jordan Nwogu, I think, was the second rounder. We actually hit a parallel of him in a Prism draft, I think. And Luke Little. You also have insert autographs of Brennan Davis, Burl Caraway again, and 2 more of Ed Howard. So 5 prospect autos and then 4 insert autos on top of it. So probably just a kind of a balance of average average lineup, but high probability. We getting the same, didn't we have a note? Maybe we didn't have a refractor already. Got Justin Lang. There's Reed Detmers on a chrome. Caraway. Talking about the trout we hit in chrome black. There's Nick Gonzalez. Glimpses of greatness. Hopefully we'll get a glimpse of minor league baseball. I know there's been a lot of retooling. Yankees drafted another catcher. Last year, first and second round catcher. This year, another first round catcher, 28th overall. I don't know, I guess they're going, a lot of times catchers, if they're strong offensively, they get moved to other positions, but it's like, man, they still have Gary Sanchez around, but they're really not indicating that they're going to have him around forever. Maybe he gets dealt off in the winter meetings. I don't know. He's not getting tender, that's for sure. Okay, got another auto. Little bit of shine to it. All right, so who's this second autograph going to be? All about that base, Got the paper. Here's some shiny stuff. Andrew Vaughn. Logan Allen. So, different Logan Allen, right? Isn't there one already in there? Ethan Hankins. Daxton Fulton. Colt Keith. No one saw that Herbert coming the other day either, but Tyler Soderstrom. Ronnie Mauricio. Emerson Hancock. I believe he was the 6th overall pick for Seattle. Just says first rounder here, but I think he was number 6. Nick Lofton. Anthony Volpe, Bobby Witt Jr., all about that base, about that base. There's Torkelson. Give him a little 1 cent love even in the paper. Jeter Downs. Ed Howard. First round pick, right, for the Cubs? 16th overall, so right in the middle. Levi Prater. Again, don't forget the break that we are working on is super jumbos. All right, so 5 autos per box. Those giant, almost kind of look like rack packs, but they're just stuffed full of cards. So 2 super jumbo boxes. We're still working on this 1 jumbo. Hunter Barnhart. Trevor Halver. And there's Zach Veen and Drew Romo. Nick Bitsko, first rounder for the Rays. There's Nick Gonzalez again. Hassan. Jason Dominguez. I don't know. Do we sleeve paper Jason Dominguez? I guess so, right? Will Klein. And Andrew Vaughn, refractors. Tanner Burns. Carson Tucker. And then Rangers, 282 out of 499. Evan Carter. So Evan Carter for Texas, first rounder, right? No, second rounder. 50th overall pick. So top half of the second round. And that's numbered to 499. And I got to say here, all right, this is some nice penmanship. You know, we bust on these kids a lot. Mostly the football players. Bobby Witt Jr. Sometimes I feel like we're happy that they can spell their names. Or maybe that's why their autographs are so short sometimes. I don't know. But no. But nice penmanship. Gets an A+ from me. One more autograph still to come. Last 3 packs. Looks like the last couple cards of the I don't know what happened to this card. The back corner is actually folded backwards, but it's only Matthew Dyer, 4th round catcher, and it's paper, no biggie. All right, what else we got here? Maybe it's not big, Hector. Maybe just the reflection of what I saw hit me in the eye. Brady McConnell, Elric Soler, got another first Bowman Chrome. Matthew Dyer. Mets and Yankees getting lots of young catchers in their system. Connor Phillips. But I think the best of the bunch is going to be Francisco Alvarez of the Mets. But I think it's going to take a few years, especially with no minor leagues this season. Maybe he could start out 2023 on the main roster. Cole Henry. And then franchise futures. Nick Gonzalez and Carmen Mlodzinski. Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got coming out next. Oops, was that Torkelson? No, it wasn't. Gage Workman. That's who that was. There's Zach Veen. He was the 9th overall pick for the Rockies. Miguel Amaya, 219 out of 250. That's paper. Jared Jones and Nick Lodolo are your refractors. Again, we ship all paper base. You want to get in this break? All right, the one we had scroll at the bottom of the screen. You'll get every single card. Got Patrick Bailey. Unless you don't want him, I'll take him. If it costs me less on shipping, I'll even give you a little credit back. Jeremiah Jackson, Levi Prater, but think about all those like Gleyber Torres, like 2018 Bowman Chrome base cards that people shoved in PSA 10s and then all of a sudden they were worth like $20. Whatever the heck they're worth, I don't know. They fluctuated. There's Zach Veen. But you're buying the box, you get everything. Well, of course, all the Adeles. Got Matthew Dyer on a refractor. And Brady McConnell as well. Jay Groom. Will Klein. Alric Soler. Travis Swaggerty. Yeah, that is true. Landon Knack. Well, maybe with new ownership, they'll get it together soon. 13 out of 150, Keone Cavaco, who was one of last year's draft picks. 13th overall. And I have this philosophy, all right? It doesn't have to be the best player. Gold or better, it doesn't matter. It's a good hit. And then that changed. And then it became green or better. That's a good hit. It's probably changed over the last year or two. Well, numbered 14 out of 25. He's a 5th-round pitcher for the Mets, but it's orange. 14 out of 25, Eric Orze. Orange is always good. Even on a pitcher. And that's the box. So we'll recap the autographs here. Bryce Jarvis, 1st-rounder pitcher for the Diamondbacks. Evan Carter, 2nd-rounder for the Nationals. He's an outfielder, numbered to 499. Oh, that's a very complicated thing. That's a long discussion. Let me get the mini helmet I got to break, and then we'll talk about that a little bit. Again, there's still a lot of information going on with that, but apparently a break group / brand new store, was a fast riser, and well, they weren't very honest about a lot of things, and unfortunately, I know one of the people involved has been around here for a number of years, and while he's never done me wrong, there's clearly a lot of evidence that anyways, I'll be right back. So thank you again, Hector, for starting us off on Chrome. Well, shipping being delayed is a truth everywhere. Shoot, my shipment got delayed last night, but mine actually existed, so. All right. So we'll talk about that. But first, let's open up one of these mini helmets. So David Sipes, pick me a number, 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, man, they're calling it Prism Gate. That's how bad this is. Numero trace. So good luck, David. So basically, and again, there's some questions about where this initiated. All right, whose idea this was? Were the shop owners Patsy? Was the other guy a Patsy? I mean, this is a serious deal. But apparently, somebody has a store and a break group, and they said that they hit a lottery, and we're getting 120 cases of Prism allocated to them. This store's been open 3 months. I used to get 3 cases of Prism allocated to me. Now I'm not one of the big guys, but I ain't one of the little guys either. All right, I've got some years in this business, and I only get 1. Oh, I forgot these. Platinum, great helmet, worst box design ever. It goes all the way down to the bottom. Hold on. Oh, there we go. All right, what do we got here? Oh, we got an inscribed helmet. Hall of Famer. 89. Football Hall of Fame. 4-time All-Pro. 5 Pro Bowls. Pretty sure he was part of the Steel Curtain. Mel Blount. Hall of Fame 89. Yeah. So right there, anybody involved in that was clearly full of crap. I wish I had seen that information, because I get invited to join groups all the time. I'm just like, whatever, click. It helps me see things, big cards coming out, right? Guys, who have scammed before, get in these groups. I'll give a heads up on stuff like that. Hey, that guy, So these guys basically were pre-selling and trading for and selling. I guess they had said they sold pre-sold 40 cases on eBay. There was no history of that. They had sold maybe a few boxes. Top one too. And they never had them. It was so either the person who is not an owner of this store, but I guess became affiliated with the store, suckered the 2 dumbest people in the world, which I don't think that. How do you believe that? You're opening a store and you know nothing about the business? All right? I've said this before. I don't say it to be mean. Some people should be involved on the business end, and some people should stick to it being a hobby or reselling singles or, well, yeah, the problem, and this is where a lot of people got suckered into believing this. The problem was it wasn't $1K a box. They were selling some of these boxes for $650. Now, allocated price, all right, these boxes are there's still a hefty margin to be made with $650 allocated price. Problem is you can't get allocations. Getting 120 case allocations is literally winning the lottery. Literally, like you are a millionaire. That is what a 120 case allocation is. 120 times 12, all right, times pretty much, if you sold them at $1,000, you'd be rich. Where's the little paper? There it is. All right. Second overall pick in the 1966 draft. 11-time Pro Bowler. This one's also a Hall of Fame inscription helmet. So you just got 2 out of the 3 inscription helmets. Yeah, well, there's so much new blood in the hobby. A lot of these guys only collecting a few months. See, my visibility's been cut a lot over the last few years because of, I don't know what the deal is, but when I started gaining a lot of viewers and things like that, a big reason was people who weren't in the hobby were excited to watch this stuff, and I would educate people and give them, good information. If you want to get back in the hobby, this is what it looks like now. All right. I still do that. I tell you what teams are the best bang for the buck. I want my customer base to be happy. I try to provide the best service possible. All right. I'm one person. So, I do the best I can with what I got. But, oh, by the way, if you haven't figured it out yet, it's Tom Mack. And cool little old school looking helmet there. Pro Football Hall of Fame 99. So thank you, David. All right. I ain't ever gonna steer you wrong. And everybody knows, like, I'll break early with leftover teams. I'll still do all right. I'll still do all right. Because I balance my breaks out. If I didn't believe I didn't have the most balanced breaks in the business, then there'd be no reason that I would take the teams that everybody passes on. And we've seen, hey, sometimes I get a big hit, sometimes I don't. It's the same odds that you guys have. But, either you know what you're talking about and you help people out, or you don't know what you're talking about and you're going to lead people down the wrong path. So somewhere along the line, there was dishonesty. And let's face it, even if these two shop owners were conned and are just the two most naive people in the world, they told lies to their customers. All right. Sometimes I feel like I tell too much information. I didn't need to tell people that. But to lie, the two truck drivers have COVID. Like, seriously? The COVID excuse? Really? Yeah, it's screwing up shipments all over, but you're saying there's two drivers. I mean, 40 cases is a lot, but it's not going to fill up a whole truck. Two drivers? Really? There's just a lot of bull involved in that story. And I feel kind of a little sad because somebody who often would come to me with, questions and things like that, about business aspects and pieces and stuff like that, either is a main conspirator in this or should have known better. So, and he was just in a break the other day. And, then this came out and I'm just like, really? One thing, it just doesn't make sense to me. So, supposedly some have gotten paid back. Now, there was a lot of local people involved too. So anybody who could just walk into the store, they're going to get their money back pretty easily. But other people, to my knowledge, have not been paid back. And I don't know. Again, they went on video stream 3 times that night, even going on another break group and talking about it. And it's like, come on, for real? I don't know. again, I don't think they're the most naive people in the world. I don't think they're the most stupid people in the world. And the fact that at any point they were willing to lie, all right, what role? Well, supposedly the owners are saying it was all him. All him. Right. Come on, don't be stupid. Was it his idea? I don't know. And it's very hard to tell. Because there's just, he said, she said, a lot of back and forth on posts, you know. Good shitter material, right? But there are some saying that they didn't get stuff from him. Stuff that was traded. So I also know that there was an incident that he had in the past. Again, anytime that there's been a scam that went down where that particular individual was involved, right? There was always somebody else. There was one that I didn't know about until the other day. I only knew about one incident that had happened. It was kind of a small thing from my understanding, and he paid everybody back, and the other guy had, supposedly screwed him over. So I saw that he made good, and, I just, I always have my eyes. Yeah, I don't know about all over. Apparently, there was something involving comic books, which I'm not really into that. I'm in a few comic groups because people invite me so that they can win the 500th referral prize or whatever, but I don't really follow any comic book. Apparently, there was an Incredible Hulk Raz. Again, I don't do Razes. You know why? They ain't legal. I have an actual business. If you want to, line things, do minis or whatever, that's your prerogative. But I have a business, and it's legit. So I don't got a gambling license. That's why my breaks are all designed so that everybody gets something. All right, you're buying a share of something, not a share of air. All right. People skunk in breaks. Yes. Do they not get a hit? Yes. Do they get cards? Yeah. Have we seen that those cards can become valuable over a period of time? Oh, yeah. Somebody who got, the Rays in Bowman and didn't get a Wander Franco auto. Right? We talked about that when the break happened. I ship all cards. All right? That's why I ship all cards. You paid for it. It's yours. And if I don't give it to you and I give you nothing, then that's a gamble. You get what you get, and you don't get upset, but you get something. So that's why I get asked sometimes. I don't do minis. I don't do lines. You are buying something. You're buying the part that you want. All right? I don't want a whole box of cards. I just want my team. I want the Indians. I want the Yankees. Okay? I want to go after the big name. I will pay a big percentage of that box to go for that one big name. But instead of just buying one box at let's say $500, I'll get in 3 breaks for $500, and I'll have the chance of getting that player in 3 different boxes. All right? That's different. When you have a box of Flawless and you say, we're doing random teams, all right, that ain't kosher in my book. And maybe, maybe that's kept me from being as successful as I should be with this. I mean, I price things nicely. My prices include getting all the cards. This is a business, so I factor in what's it going to cost me to ship, what's it going to cost me to insure. In a case, you're going to get a few good big pulls, so you got to figure that in there. What's the percentages? I say goods and services. I don't ever tell anybody to pay me friends and family. All right? Those guys that do 100%, friends and family, man, net, right? Your business, figure that into your costs. Because now, all those guys that only take 100% friends and family are getting their PayPal shut down. So, yeah, especially in soccer, right, Lester? I gotta drive my daughter to her softball clinic. All right? And I got like 5 minutes. I don't want to kill the conversation. All right? Again, I don't mind giving my time for interaction, for conversation. I'm not just going to go, Brandon Cooks, number to 99. All right? Yeah, the entertainment part of the business came before I even sold cards, but it's something that I try to stick to. Know what I'm saying? So, try to make a fun experience too. You get into a break for $18. You get the cheap team. You're probably not going to get anything huge, but you're taking a chance. At least for an hour and a half, you're entertained. All right? You probably feel better skunking for $18 in one of my breaks than you did watching Batman versus Superman. Oh, they really fudged up Doomsday in that. Anyways, so I'm going to be heading out. I'm going to give my daughter the 5 minutes head up. We're going to be out the door, and we will be back. Let's fill up the Bowman break. All right? We saw what a jumbo box is. We've got two super jumbos in Bowman Draft. Pick your team. Let's rip you a new one. So, thank you all for your time, and we'll rip you a new one soon. Take it easy.